Can you say hi to the camera? Can you say hi? Mwah. Hey everybody! It's been a while. So I asked you guys on different social media platforms to ask me some questions about living in LA and photography and other things. So I'm gonna answer some of them right now since we've got a lot of time. Okay, let me pull them up. So the first question is, how long did it take to get settled? So I moved to Los Angeles, California in June of 2017. It is now almost 3 years since I moved, and I'm just now like processing that. That's insane. Unless I can't do math. 3 years, crazy. So I would say it took me about a year to actually feel like this was my home and I knew where places were and I knew how to navigate, even though I'm the worst navigator there is. Yeah, I would say it took about a year to finally find my people, find my places, just feel at home here. What is your In-N-Out order? Great question. So there's not many items on the In-N-Out menu. However, my favorite is a cheeseburger, fries, usually get them animal style, and I'll put ketchup on top of the animal style fries because it's unreal. Next question. So I got this question a bunch. It says, how do you make it financially living in LA? That's a very great question because it's way different than any place I've ever lived. It's so expensive to live here because not only are rent prices higher, gas prices are higher, everything is just at a higher price than other places like Florida and West Virginia that I've lived. On the other side, minimum wage and pay is also higher here in California, but it still doesn't mean I want to pay $18 for a gallon of gas. So yes, financially it is a lot different here than it is in other places. Luckily, I've been very, very fortunate enough to be working for the most part consistently and being able to afford rent and other things as well. What's your ultimate goal? Do you want to be a famous singer, director, photographer, actor, or all of the above? That's a great question because it took me a while to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with my life, and I feel like I'm still also trying to fine-tune that. And I think it can change as I go through life as well. But as of right now, I have my own photography business. It's called Cody Burdett Media. If you're not following the Instagram, do it right now. I've had the business since I moved to LA, so it's been almost 3 years, which is unreal, and I've got to work with so many amazing people. Here are some of my photos. But yeah, I think in the future, I would like to create a team that offers more than only I can offer. That way we can be a one-stop shop, whether it's creating lyric videos, makeup, hair, set dressing, just a small production company that would do commercials or YouTube videos or something for other clients. So kind of like a Cody Burdett Media 2.0. Next question. Have you had the opportunity to work with anyone famous? Great question. I have, and it's been really cool. There was one very random instance and very last minute, but I got to do a photo shoot for some event with Tori Kelly and Jordan Fisher, which is insane because I grew up listening to Tori Kelly. So it was just really cool being able to see and meet her in person and also work with her because she is so sweet. And there have been other instances where I've worked at events that have had celebrities. Like recently I just worked at an event with Jonathan Van Ness from Queer Eye, which was really cool because he was also the sweetest. Next question. How does living in LA differ from West Virginia? Living expenses, attractions, etc. Obviously, West Virginia holds a very sweet spot in my heart because I grew up there. And I love and miss all of my friends and family that are in West Virginia. But I love Los Angeles, California. I've never felt more in place than I have throughout my previous 3 years living here. Just the amount of creative people that are here and the fact that we can bounce ideas off of each other and just create constantly is the most rewarding thing ever. People here don't look at it as if it's just a hobby. People understand that it is a career path and that we are creatives inside and we want to help each other create bigger and better things. So I think that is one of the biggest differences between the two states. Obviously the price difference, what I talked about already. There are a lot of great attractions here and things to see. There's so many that I've not even gotten through, I feel like a fraction of any of them. So that's really cool because as a photographer, I like to discover new sets and backgrounds and locations that I can use for my photography. And I feel like in West Virginia is mostly nature and woods, which is great. But as far as like a photography backdrop, I felt a little bit limited, but also that was before I decided that I wanted to do photography. So maybe if I were to go back, I might be a little bit more creative. I don't know. That's a good question though. Coolest / most exciting experience so far in LA. Wow. So I don't even know if I can talk about that actually. I think I can. Okay. So I don't know if this was like the coolest experience, but it definitely was very different than what I've ever done. But my friend Carrie Brooks is in casting and she was working on casting a show. And I can't say what the show is because it's not aired yet. But essentially I fit the criteria for the show and she cast me on the show. So I spent 3 days filming for this show. It's a reality show and it was a very bizarre experience. It was cool being on the other side of the camera in such a professional and highly experienced set. The channel that this show is airing on, I mean, has been around forever. So it was cool being like the talent on set. I don't know if the show's going to air or not. This whole coronavirus thing has been very interesting as far as pushing back dates and releases for like TV and film. But I got to be on a TV show. It's only 1 episode, but I will definitely let you guys know if it comes out. And I will share that with you all. This one's from my mom. How could you do that to your mom? You know, moving to the other side of the country and all. Sorry about it, Mom. Just trying to be famous. Photography question. What is the maximum shutter speed when shooting with speed lights? I think it's 250, but also correct me if I'm wrong. Let's go to Instagram. Okay, so Loretta, if you don't know Loretta, she's been in multiple of my videos. She was my roommate for a year when I first moved to California. She said, why do you bleach that little patch on your head and say it's a birthmark? So she is referring, you can't really see it that much because I cut my hair, but this is my birthmark right here. And the hair grows in white. And I do not bleach it, that is the way it grows in. It used to grow in really dark and then within the last couple of years it started growing in white. Next question, are you a good cook? No. I like the thought of cooking and baking, and when I do it, it's not good. It just never turns out the way it should. And I feel like I try to follow the directions to a T, but it just doesn't work. I don't know, I enjoy it. I don't do it often because it never works out. So if that answers your question, there we go. Again from Loretta, favorite song from each High School Musical movie. This is T. High School Musical 1. My jam was Bop to the Top. I Wanted to Be Ryan. There you go. High School Musical 2. Ah, that's so long ago. Wait, can't think of any songs. High School Musical 2. I love the last song. I love Everybody All For One and Just Begun. That one where they're at the pool and Miley Cyrus shows up. That's a good one too. High School Musical 3. I wept during that movie when I saw it in theaters my 6th grade year. Oh, I love the song. It's called A Night to Remember. It's when they're all getting ready for prom. Wow, what a bop, man. So that's all the questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I may try to post more videos since we have so much downtime, but also you never know. So hopefully stay tuned for that. If you're not following me on social media, my handle on Twitter is @CodyBurdett. On Instagram, it's @Cody_Burdett and @CodyBurdettMedia. All right, I love you guys. See you in the next video, yeah.